To keep it very simple, it's all about supply and demand. And that's all what economics are. So what OPEC's concern is that there's too much supply on the market, or there'll be too much supply in the market, keeping in mind that we're really not at the busiest point. And actually, we're at the weakest point of the season as far as demand is concerned. But as in the Northern Hemisphere, as the temperatures increase, holiday traffic, gasoline demand will pick up. You typically see a jump in price. But at this particular time, the signal that we are getting from OPEC is that they are certainly concerned about economic growth. In fact, they're concerned about economic contraction, which could be exacerbated now by what we've seen in the banking industry. So therefore, the signal from OPEC is that they're expecting weaker demand going forward, and that is a concern because weak demand for oil means a weak economy.
The United States has been calling for producers to increase output in order to push energy prices lower. What do you make of OPEC Plus going in entirely the opposite direction?
Well, OPEC does not exist for any certain political party here in the United States. So regardless of which party is calling for it, and typically it's only one party that is doing this. But rather, OPEC is, it is an organization that is a member organization. Each member looks out for its own self-interests at this point. So calling for production while at the same time you are hampering the legislative moves, or rather, if you are hampering your own production in your own country here in the United States, and yet you want other countries to do your heavy lifting. So this administration can call for as much production increase. They want the other guy to do it, and they will not embrace their own. So if you're the other guy, what is happening right now? The United States is draining its strategic supply of oil. This is not commercial oil. This is not oil there is a commercial demand for. The United States is just dumping this oil on the market. If you're OPEC, why are you going to compete with that? It's better off for you to reserve your supply and wait for a higher priced environment.
Stephen, presumably Sunday's announcement underlines the rather close cooperation between oil-producing countries and Russia.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, we've seen that OPEC and Russia get together. In fact, I was at the OPEC meeting when Russia, this was probably back in 2007, I was in the room when Sechin and the Russian delegates walked in, and no one was expecting that. So we're looking at a relationship between Russia and OPEC that's been 15 years in the making. And clearly with what we're seeing now, Russia being kind of a quasi-member of OPEC, certainly you're seeing those two working together and trying to coordinate their moves on the global market. And that shall continue to grow that relationship.
Stephen, thanks for your time. Come back on the programme soon. Stephen Shorck from Pennsylvania in the United States.